Title bouts on tonight's Impact. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is just pro wrestling news for Thursday, March 24th, 2022. A big welcome to those of you listening on TheWrestlingRevolution.com. You can bring our updates to your website. Find out how at JustProWrestlingNews.com.
Impact Wrestling.
2 title matches are set for tonight's Impact Wrestling. Tasha Steelz defends the Knockouts Championship against Mickie James in a street fight, and the Good Brothers defend the Impact Tag titles in a Lumberjack match against Violent by Design's Eric Young and Joe Doering. Also on tonight's show, Eddie Edwards versus Rocky Romero, and Speedball Mike Bailey versus Willie Mack versus Laredo Kid. We've got some updates to the card for Impact's Multiverse of Matches pay-per-view coming up on Friday, April 1st. Speedball Mike Bailey is out of the Ultimate X match. Instead, Bailey will go one-on-one against Alex Shelley. Chris Bay will take Bailey's spot in Ultimate X. Also added to the card, Josh Alexander and Jonah teaming up against Impact World Champion Moose and PCO. Moose is going to defend the Impact title against Mike Bailey at Wrestling Revolver's show on April 16th.
AEW.
Adam Cole may not be the champion, but he's got the AEW title belt, at least for now. Cole beat Jay Lethal on last night's Dynamite. After the match, Cole and Red Dragon lured Hangman Page to the ring, beat him up, and stole the AEW championship belt. You can call them the Blackpool Combat Club. Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, with William Regal, beat the Varsity Blondes last night, while Julia Hart sulked in the corner. Darby Allin, Sting, and the Hardys beat the Butcher, the Blade, and Private Party in a wild tornado tag that went all over the building. At one point, Jeff Hardy climbed a ladder up onto a ledge in the arena concourse and came down with a swanton bomb through a merch table. Legit Layla Hirsch beat Red Velvet. CM Punk forced Dax Harwood to tap out to the Anaconda Vice. And Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia beat Dark Order's Alex Reynolds and John Silver in last night's main event. MJF says he plans to hold Wardlow to his contract with him, and he intends to pay Wardlow to stay home. Fightful reports that Ethan Page has signed a contract extension with AEW.
WWE.
Well, as if we need any more confirmation, on his Talk is Jericho podcast, AEW's Chris Jericho stated Cody Rhodes is, quote, back in WWE, end quote. WWE has moved Edge versus AJ Styles to night 1 of WrestleMania. Also, the WWE Women's Tag Title 4-Way is now set for night 2 after some uncertainty on that front. The NXT UK Women's Championship is on the line on today's episode. Meiko Satomura is defending against Isla Dawn. Killer Kross returns to MLW on tonight's Fusion. He'll take on Bud Heavy. Also tonight, Jacob Fatu versus the Black Hand of Contra, Mods Kruger, in a Stairway to Hell match. Plus, Gangrel will be in action. GCW is in Hollywood tonight for its one-night-only pay-per-view. No matches are announced, but most of the regulars are being promoted for that show. That is just pro wrestling news for Thursday, March 24th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning. Please rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next update. We also encourage you to share our updates with the wrestling fans in your life, and you can also support us by checking out our Patreon page. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.